Yep, back with another replay. I got Stressful versus Shaunohhh from the free agent tournament. This is Stressful's on Chaos Turbo, I believe, and Shaunohhh on Chaos Control. Just go right in. Okay, start with Duo. Okay, you want to start with Duo because if you discard Thunder Dragon first, if the opponent has a card destruction or their own Duo, they can just freely discard those cards knowing you have Thunder Dragon. If you Duo first now and they see Duo in their hand, they have to kind of think, should I keep this? They might have Thunder Dragon. So yeah, that's why. No. This is just a -1 to breaker, and it's not doing anything. It's not gonna prevent him from summoning BLS to banish. Yeah, it's just a pointless bluff. Okay, discard the other Thunder Dragon. Flip Spy, summon the other one in attack mode. Yeah, summon the other one in attack mode and then summon Sangen next to that. I would do. Just for max pressure. I hope he summons Sangen at least. Okay, Shaunohhh. You see, in defense, actually, they don't need to flip Torrential if you put this Spy in defense, because they're only going to take 12, whereas if you put this in attack, they'll be a lot more inclined to just use Torrential right there. So, maybe would have used Torrential. Okay, what do you search with Sangen? Faith is pretty useless. It's gonna be between Serpent and Koichi. I kind of like the idea of Koichi so that you have a play for next turn. And don't need Serpent since you already have Knight Assailant. Could do Tsukiyomi if you're playing against Chaos Control and have a knock set, but I don't think that's better than Deco. Let's see what he does. Goes for Serpent. I think that's the worst of the options because Knight Assailant does the same thing as Serpent. Agree with not summoning Chaos Sorcerer maybe after that, by the way. Trust Storm. See, I would really like to just go knock plus set to Koichi right now. So here you have to think about what monster he would protect with Solemn. It's not Faith, because he wouldn't care about Faith getting only duo. I don't think it's saying Yan. I think he would have probably summoned that. Said it's possible, but he might have just been okay with letting that get knocked. So Dekoichi and Spy are the options. I think those would be the only cards that he would solemn for. So do you summon Chaos Sorcerer and attack into possible Dekoichi and Spy? I don't think you do. I think you just set Serpent to kind of just block an attack from those, and then next turn you can deal with them with Chaos Sorcerer. So yeah, that's my play. Just set Serpent pass. He does go for the attack. Again, there's no real reason for this bluff. I mean, it's better now than it was on turn 1 with knock. At least now you're playing around top deck does shoot, and you already know there's no breaker at this point. So this one's okay. You make BLS, have to banish instead of attack. Yeah, I'm okay with this one. That's another monster. I think you just banish Spy, set Jar of Greed, pass. Why do you attack the new monster? What does that accomplish? I don't think that accomplishes anything. You would rather let them flip something like the Koichi so that you can attack over it for damage. And you don't want to attack into Sengen, obviously. So yeah, it's just a mistake. I would just banish Spy. Okay, 2 things. Didn't shuffle hand. So if the opponent is taking a look at that, they would know that this set isn't something really good. It's not Faith, it's not Deco, because you didn't set it last turn. Second thing is, I don't think I want to set this Knight Assailant. If you didn't set it last turn, why would you set it now? Did you decide that you made a mistake last turn not setting it? You want to deal with more flips that come up? I wouldn't do that. I want to keep it in the hand to try and get back this Spy to get the 3rd Spy. I don't know if he plays card destruction, but that would be a great reason to keep it in hand also. There's Storm, and Jar. So, no. Nice elevated knock. He sets Tsukiyomi here. Yeah, so I would do the same thing here as I would have done last turn, which is just banish spy. If he's going to be consistent, he should attack this. So he is consistent with his attacking the set. Set Mirror Force. And that's game. Snatch for 3,500. Okay, no dust shoot. So the question here is, should you go knock Night Assailant or knock Faith? They both essentially do the same thing. So the question is, which one would you rather get knocked? Or since this is post side, you would expect mind controls, and I know Shaunohhh has double mind control post side. It was in a replay against me. So I would do knock, set Night Assailant. Do you set Solemn as well? I don't think so, because then you would entice Breaker to come down, and you would rather opponent just set another monster, then you go flip Night Assailant kill, instead of Breaker coming down and probably having to Solemn it or something. So knock Night Assailant's my play. He goes for Faith. I think in game 1 I would prefer Faith, but post side when you're facing 2 mind controls, 2 knock, I would prefer Night Assailant. Banishing the opponent's Faith is actually pretty good, though. But if mind control happened here, you kind of would have been fucked on flips the rest of the game. So this ends up working out really well. You got your light banished and then drew Thunder Dragon right after. What normally would have happened was you get your light banished and you don't find your light, any more lights for a while, which is another reason to set Night Assailant. It's much easier to find a dark than it is to find a light. I would set Night Assailant here. Yeah, no, I would set Night Assailant 100%. What if he draws Dekoichi or Spy? I would like to make a flip Night Assailant, kill, and tribute for Thunder Dragon play, start putting pressure, and then setting up that sorcerer. And it also baits mind control again. Again, here I would do Night Assailant, Jar of Greed. And there's Dekoichi. That's why I would... Now you have no real answer to something like Dekoichi. Now, unfortunately, you drew a Dekoichi and haven't mind control checked. So basically, this game is now unnecessarily harder than it should have been. So this is one of those spots where you're really tempted to normal summon to Koichi because you have Book, you have Night Assailant, and you have Chaos Sorcerer. That said, I'm okay with still setting it. It's like one knock is gone, and both fates are gone. You do get kind of owned by mind control, though. I can see both lines. Should you set this book? I don't know if a goat meta play is coming anytime soon. But this can't be too bad. Like, if they topped like Breaker, you'd be in a really terrible situation, so I'm cool with it. There is another knock. So you know Serpent is in the hand, so definitely can't be activating Duo. I only see one play. It's just Snatch and pray that that set is not Book of Moon. Nope. Don't want to be activating Duo when an opponent has Serpent. You want to wait until they do something like Serp meta, and then you activate Duo on the turn after. Or if they go like Regeki Break, if that's another Regeki Break set that he'll use on Snatch or something, you could Duo after that. So it's Solemn and Serpent. I don't like this. It's just not getting enough value from the Night Assailant. I would rather Snatch Deco and then set Night Assailant. And then have this Book Deco set up, Night Assailant for the next thing, instead of using the Night Assailant to destroy Deco. And then having this Snatch that's kind of just waiting for something. Here's Breaker. Should you book this Breaker or just let that go? I'm assuming he just instinctively books without thinking about the decision. Yeah, there was no real thoughts of not using Book, but I think it's worth thinking about because Night Assailant will block damage, but this Night Assailant also may get mind controlled, so you would take 3,000. So I still end up using Book, but I would also consider not using Book. So the choice here, you probably want to go for the Breaker so that you can banish the face of Deco. Yeah, sounds good to me. It telegraphs the chaos pretty hard, but doesn't really mean... yeah, that's a mistake. You summon this sorcerer without shuffling, and this is the one that you drew. So now, if the opponent knew that you were telegraphing chaos by banishing Breaker, he'll know that you have another chaos in hand. So pretty much just gave away a card in hand. If the opponent is looking into stuff like this. Should you tribute for Thunder Dragon? Probably not. Opponent didn't use Mind Control last turn on Night Assailant, so seems fine. Draws Thunder Dragon. It's probably bad for us. Oh yeah. Would be nice to have duo right now. Tribe's a really good draw. It's probably one of the best draws in the deck. Because you get the Light Engrave and your Sorcerer. Snatch. How do you snatch? Snatch tribute for Thunder Dragon. I'm not convinced that that is better than Tribe. I mean, they're similar plays. I guess you get to keep Tribe for future scapegoats. I'm okay with it, I guess. Ooh. What do you do now? You have to protect your life points. Set Tribe. Or just special summon Chaos Sorcerer. I think I would just go for Set Tribe. Yeah, this is okay. When he books there, you can kind of pretty much guarantee that he's a spy. The Fates are gone, Deco's gone. He wouldn't book for those anyway. So yeah, and like he wouldn't set Kaiku. So it's definitely spy. So what do you do with that information? Do you just activate Regeki Break in their standby phase? I think you do, yes. Please, Regeki Break. Okay. I just got lucky with the opponent has heavy. Would definitely have activated Regeki Break there first. Because if you just flip Spy, now you end up having to Regeki Break one of the spies just to save yourself. And Kaiku stops Chaos, so have to top deck something. Mirror Force works. Kind of in desperation modes now, so you just have to summon Sorcerer attacks at Solemn. Defense mode. How do you plan to win the game if you don't attack? I don't think at this point you can really worry about things like Mirror Force. Kind of just have to play aggressive and hope it works. Gotta Solemn that. And game. So yeah, that early game could have been played in a much better way to put you in a much better position to win. Okay, set deco, end turn. Nothing else to do. I hope it doesn't set Regeki break. Nope. I said this in one of my recent videos. You don't want to set this because all you're doing with this is allowing them to summon Breaker and getting a +1. The only thing you would want to stop with this is like Goat plus meta, but even if that happens, you still have Tsukiyomi to just take that down for a +1 easily. So yeah, this is a small mistake. TD Graceful. Agree with not using Ryeki Break there. You're just going to get this deco back next turn and you could start Suk looping it yourself. Yeah, not using Unphased Regeki Break. You could to like force through deco, but overall I just don't want to discard any card in this hand. Okay, so how to start this hand? Do have Sangan now, so that's an option to summon over Suk. But I think overall you still want to just summon Suk. And force whatever back row it is. No. Why do you start with mind control? Yeah, this is just... I think this is the worst possible option with this hand. Yeah, I don't really get it. Flip, take back mind control, sure. Now I would summon Suk, try to loop deco. Doesn't go for the Suk loop, which is kind of assuming that the opponent has ring set. Yeah, sure. Okay, got a Regeki break now. Discard what? Will the opponent ever play into mind control? Thing is, if you discard mind control, they're free to just summon chaos. And you can't deal with that, so I probably gotta get rid of this Magician of Faith. He discards the mind control. But now what if he goes Tsukiyomi, attack deco, and then summons Chaos Sorcerer, banish Sangan? Kind of just be forced into Tsukiyomi knock plays, which you don't really want to do. I kind of want to look at Shaunohh's hand, see what he has here that he's attacking Sangan. He has Sorcerer. And he could even go like meta for Darkfire to destroy deco, Sorcerer, banish the Sangan. Yeah, I think just attacking Sangan is just a mistake. Can't see how attacking Sangan can be good. But okay, I'm reviewing Turbo Player. Okay, so you know opponent has Sook, and that's it, right? I guess if you're gonna summon Sook last turn, then you're just gonna go for Deco now. Summon Sook now. These plays just aren't making sense to me. Like I would be much more happy to set Deco than I would be to summon Sangan. But okay. Attack for 25. Flip goats. Do you ever keep all 4 on field? You can probably assume opponent has at least one meta. It's tempting to keep 4 because you're not in like the greatest position, and when you're not in a great position, you would prefer the game getting slowed down a little bit. But I think attacking is also okay. Like this is kind of an even game. Opponent probably has a slight edge. Again, I just don't see the point of this knock bluff. Like, there's no OTKs really. It's what's he gonna do? Set Sook, meta, summon BLS? That's still not game. Sure. Okay, loses a knock. Very valuable knock. To heavy. Just saying, it would be really nice to go Sook plus knock here. So only one play here. Only one. There's only one good play. And that is set Dustshoot and Dekoichi. Dustshoot will get rid of any possible Tsukuyomi so that they can't flip this. It would also prevent them from using Mind Control to flip your Dika. So next turn you can go Sook, then flip Deco, and start getting things done. You could also do Faith. Let me see. Opponent still has no knock engrave, so maybe you don't want to do Faith, since that's currently the only light. But if you did Faith with that same line, you would be able to take knock for the set monster. I think Faith is cool, but probably prefer Dika. This is the option you don't want to do because you're letting the opponent flip their flip monster now. And what's the pressure, right? What can the opponent do with this Thousand Eyes to your set deco? This is just when you need to use the Thousand Eyes against them. Alright, let's see. Spy, Tribe, Sorcerer, Torrential, Souk. So not knowing what the set monster is pretty awkward here, because if it's Faith, then you let them Souk loop. If it's Deco, you let them Souk loop. So I think the Tsukuyomi is just too dangerous, and it has to go, even though you have nothing to deal with anything really. You can't deal with Spy, you can't deal with Sorcerer. Again, this just goes back to killing the Thousand Eyes. That was just a major mistake. Yeah, gonna have to put back Souk as played. Puts back Sork. That's just gonna open you up to getting Souk looped by whatever this set monster is. Let me just write down the hand. Tribe, Spy, Souk. What was the spell card? It was Torrential. So you have to stop this Deco Souk loop immediately. So it's just gonna have to be summon Deco, attack Deco. As horrible as that sounds. Maybe you can set Faith. Set Faith, hope it gets attacked, and you take back Mindcon, so that the opponent can't Souk down the Deco, and then you get Light Dark Engrave. Yeah, that sounds actually much better than Deco attack. So yeah, set Faith, set Solemn Pass. He doesn't find that. Issue with this play is opponent already has a Sorcerer, which just destroys this. There's a Kaiku. This is really bad. You can't Solemn. I don't see how you win the game if you Solemn, so it's just gonna have to be allowed. You know there's a Sorcerer in the hand, though. I would just take 400, you would still have a Dark, and then Tsukuyomi can handle Kaiku. Yes, I'm not really sure how you win the game if you activate Solemn here. Opponent is still not using the Chaos Sorcerer. I guess that makes sense because they have Torrential in hand, so And he knows that we have Tsukuyomi. He's looking for us to summon Tsukuyomi to Torrential. Of course, that we know that he knows he has Torrential, so you're not just going to fall into that. So what is the play then? I think you just go attack the token and set Faith? Or do you want to set something like Serpent? I don't think so. I think you have to try and advance the game state somehow with Faith. Okay, so opponent had nothing to stop Faith. Fortunately, all we have is Knock and Mind Control. And we know there's a Torrential set. Okay, so this is the play. Flip Faith, target Mind Control. Summon Tsukuyomi, target Faith. If no Torrential is activated at that point, I think you then go for Snatch and set Regeki Break. Sounds good. I don't see any other play. Yeah, that's the only play. He goes for Knock. I'm assuming he's going to do the same thing. Shaunohhh did not wait for a target of Tsukuyomi. Just a lot of poor play here from both players. Summon Spy, attack for 12. Immediately Regeki breaks. Did he forget? Oh. The opponent doesn't have Sorcerer in hand. What am I saying? It's Tribe, Spy. So what's known now? Tribe, Sook. I don't think I can really see how this Regeki break is good though. It's just to block 1200 damage. Yeah, I can't. I gotta take 1200 and then just banish the Spy with Sork. And still have Regeki break for something else, like the Tribe. Dust Shoot is pretty good. That can send back the Tribe. Just kind of goes for the aggressive push here. Gotta set Serpent and Dust Shoot. Don't instant flip Dust Shoot like this. The opponent can just be like, I'm gonna book a moon. Didn't give me a chance. So basically what you'll want to do is wait until they click standby phase. That'll mean they have passed priority. Then you can flip Dust Shoot. Let's see what the hand is. looks bad for us. If you send Sook, what happens? If you send Sook, what happens? Let's see, if you send Tribe, what would you do? Here we go, meta. Take the Sorcerer. Attack. And set ring. And then your play would be Snatch. You would just have Snatch Serpent. I don't see how we win either way. Gonna have to send back Sook, I think. Because Sook kind of just... This is actually... If you send back Sook, I just think you lose either way. He goes for the Tribe. Let's see. Goes for this. Attack. You gotta like top deck Storm or something. Really just not seeing any way to win this. Is Snatch good? I don't know. Opponent can just keep this like that as long as he feels like. Gains 1,000. I hope he doesn't summon Tsukiyomi. Sets a monster. That's good from him. So you go for attack the token, then play knock. No. You can't expect the opponent to set Tsukiyomi here. It's just another mistake. Opponent uses ring. So from Shaunohh's point of view, I think this is a mistake. I think you should just be content gaining 1,000 every turn. Like, how do you ever lose? Oh, and it's also a mistake because you know that Stressful has a nobleman that he got from Faith. Yeah, that's a huge blunder, actually. Oh boy. So Shaunohhh went from basically an unlosable situation to a situation where he can lose very easily. Yeah, that's actually just game. Like, just gotta draw something. Anything, really. Yeah. No reason to think here. Just BLS attack. Yeah. Alright, let's get this review.